Hello friends, I am from Biology faculty of QLS Academy. Today we are going to learn about crop production and management. I am sure you will all enjoy today's learning. Let's start with our lesson of today. In previous lesson, we learned that to feed the whole population of a country, we grow crops on a large field, and to get a good yield, फसल अच्छी होने के लिए we practice some agricultural activities. We learned about some of the activities like preparation of soil. हम soil को prepare कैसे करते हैं crops के लिए, sowing of seed and adding of manures and fertilizers to the soil. Now in this lesson, we will try to learn some more practices. Now students, a very important question. Can you live without water? Can any organism live without water? No, the answer is certainly no. Each and every organism in our planet requires food and water. Plants are no different from us. Even plants require water. Plants contain nearly 90% of the water. Now, why do plants require water? Plants को पानी की ज़रूरत क्यों होती है? Water is an essential because germination of seeds does not take place under dry condition. सूखे conditions में seeds germinate नहीं कर सकते. Nutrients dissolved in water gets transported to each and every part of the plant. And to maintain the moisture of the soil for healthy crop growth, fields have to be watered regularly. The process of supplying water to crop plant in the field is called as irrigation. जैसे हम घर के गार्डन में रेगुलर इंटरवल्स में पौधों को पानी डालते हैं, फील्ड्स में भी क्रॉप्स को रेगुलर इंटरवल में हम पानी देते हैं, which is called as irrigation. Now what are the factors affecting irrigation? Number one is the nature of the crop. Each crop needs specific amount of water during the various stages of its growth and ripening. Some crop needs more water whereas some other require less water. Now for an example, paddy. Paddy crop requires continuous irrigation whereas wheat, gram, cotton do not require so much of water. Second factor is nature of the soil. The crops grown in a sandy soil needs irrigation more frequently, whereas the frequency of irrigation for the crops grown in clay soil is much less. Third is the season. The frequency of irrigation of crops is higher in summer. हम गर्मियों में पानी ज़्यादा डालते हैं, whereas compared to winter season, हम winter season में कम पानी देते हैं पौधों को. We know that there are various sources of irrigation such as rivers, canals, wells, tube wells, dams, ponds, lakes, rain, etc. Therefore, there are number of ways by which water available in wells, lakes, canals is lifted up by different methods in different regions for taking it to the fields. There are basically two methods of irrigation. Number one is the traditional method of irrigation and number two is the modern method of irrigation. Now in the traditional method of irrigation there are number of ways. Number one is the moat, pulley system as you can see. Number two is the chain system. Number three is the dhekli and number four is the rahat, that is lever system. Traditional method of irrigations are cheaper but are less efficient. वो cheap होते हैं but उनकी efficiency भी कम होती है. Pumps are commonly used for lifting up water. These pumps are run by electricity, diesel, biogas or solar energy. Now there are basically two main methods of modern method of irrigation. These are sprinkler system and drip system. In sprinkler system, a main pipe is laid in the field. Perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles at the top are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When water from a tube well is allowed to flow through the main pipe under a pressure, with the help of a pump, it escapes from the rotating nozzles. This water gets sprinkled on the crop field as it is raining. Now what are the advantages of sprinkler system? Number one, it is more useful for uneven land where sufficient water is not available. Number two, it is very useful for sandy soil. Second method is the drip system. There is network of narrow pipes with small holes in the field. When water flow through the narrow pipes, it falls drop by drop at the position of roots of the plants. This water is then absorbed by soil in the root zone of the plant and utilized by the plants. There is no wastage of irrigation of water. Now, what are the advantages of drip system? It provides water to plants drop by drop, so water is not wasted at all. Water की wastage नहीं होती है. It minimizes the use of water in agriculture. It is useful in those regions where the availability of water is very poor. Second is the protection from weeds. Now, before we talk about protection from weeds, we need to understand what are weeds and why do we need to get rid of it. Now, the unwanted plants which grow along with cultivated crops are actually called as wheat. They are unwanted plants. Wheat competes with crop plants for water, sunlight, nutrients, space and hence affect the crop yield. The process of removing these weeds from crop field is called as weeding. Now, there are various methods of removal of weeds. Number one is removal of weeds by pulling them out with a hand. हम सीधे हाथ से खींच सकते हैं. Number two is removal of weeds by using trowel, khurpa, as you can see. Number three is destroying the weeds by spraying weedicides. Now, what are weedicides? Weedicides are the poisonous chemical substances which are used specifically to kill weeds in the field. Now, what are the examples of weedicides? These are 2,4-D, MCPA, butachlor, etc. Now, weedicides are the chemical substances. Remember, they do harm crops but may also affect the health of the farmers spraying them. Hence, they should cover their mouth and nose while spraying weedicides in the field. Now, what is harvesting? Now, harvesting of a crop is an important task. It normally takes about 3 or 4 months for a crop to mature. Now, after maturing, the cutting of crop after it has matured is called harvesting. Now, India is an agricultural based country. In our country, the harvesting is either done manually by hand, हम उनको सिर्फ हाथ से कर सकते हैं, और with a machine, हम मशीन का यूज़ कर सकते हैं. मैनुअली जब हार्वेस्टिंग करते हैं तब एक टूल यूज़ करते हैं दैट इज़ कॉल्ड अ सिकल, जिसे हम कॉमन लैंग्वेज में हसिया कहते हैं, और जब मशीन यूज़ करते हैं इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज हार्वेस्टर. एज यू कैन सी, जो हार्वेस्टेड क्रॉप है उसे हमें शैफ से अलग करना होता है. नाउ व्हाट इज शैफ? शैफ इज़ द आउटर कवरिंग ऑफ द सीड्स ऑफ द ग्रेन. नाउ द प्रोसेस ऑफ बीटिंग आउट द ग्रेन्स फ्रॉम harvested crop plants to separate seeds from chaff is called as threshing. A motorized machine called as thresher is used for the threshing process. अब हमने harvested crops तो मिल गए. Next is storage. Storage of produce is an important task. Before storage, the food grain obtained by harvesting the crops are dried in the sunshine before storing to reduce their moisture content. हार्वेस्टेड प्रोडक्ट्स को हम धूप में सुखाया जाता है क्यों, ताकि उनका मॉइस्चर कंटेंट कम कर सकें. नाउ व्हाई डू वी नीड टू ड्राई द क्रॉप्स इन द सन? हम क्रॉप्स को धूप में क्यों सुखाते हैं? इट इज़ बिकॉज हाई मॉइस्चर कंटेंट प्रोमोट्स द ग्रोथ ऑफ माइक्रोब्स एंड फंगस. और अगर क्रॉप्स में फंगस या माइक्रोबियल ग्रोथ हो जाए तो हमारी फसल खराब हो सकती है. द फार्मर्स स्टोर द ड्राइड फूड ग्रेन्स एट होम इन मेटल बीन्स एज यू कैन सी, या फिर उसको जूट बैग्स दैट वी कॉल्ड एज देम गनी बैग्स, उसमें स्टोर करते हैं. नाउ ड्राइड नीम लीव्स आर यूज्ड फॉर स्टोरिंग फूड ग्रेन्स एट होम. Now the government agencies like Food Corporation of India, that is FCI, buy grains from farmers on large scale and store it in big godowns. Now on a large scale, grains cannot be stored in metal beans या फिर उसको jute bags में नहीं store कर सकते. Therefore, the large scale storage of food grains is done in two ways. Number one, in gunny bags. Number two, in grain silos. बड़ी बड़ी ग्रेनरीज में बहुत टाइम तक ग्रेन्स को रखा जाता है, इसलिए एक स्पेसिफिक टाइम इंटरवल में उनमें एक केमिकल ट्रीटमेंट दिया जाता है. ना अपार्ट फ्रॉम प्लांट्स वी ऑल्सो गेट फूड फ्रॉम एनिमल्स. कैन यू नेम सम ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट्स वी गेट फ्रॉम एनिमल्स? द फूड प्रोवाइडेड बाय एनिमल्स कंसिस्ट ऑफ मिल्क, एग्स, मीट, एक्सेट्रा. द फूड obtained is very rich in proteins. The branch of agriculture which deals with feeding, shelter, health and breeding of domestic animal is called as animal husbandry. The various practices necessary for raising animals for food and other purposes are: number 1, proper feeding of animals; number 2, proper shelter of animals; number 3, prevention and cure of animal diseases; and lastly number 4, proper breeding of animals. So students, this was all about how crops are produced from seeds to proper storage and maintenance. Hope you all enjoyed today's learning. If you have any doubt or query, please go to the following link.